Tak til Ida Pretorius og Sebastian Haynes her, akkompagneret af Aarhus Symfoniorkester under ledelse af Henrik Vagn Christensen, og dem kommer vi til at høre mere til senere på aftenen. Se, det her show, det varer 1,5 time, helt uden pauser. Det vil sige, hvis nogen i salen får lyst til at ud, fordi man eventuelt skal, jeg ved ikke, ryge, så opstår der det, som hedder tomme pladser. Og det kan vi ikke så godt lide på tv. Det ser ikke godt ud. Og derfor findes der et begreb, som hedder en seat filler. En seat filler, det er, man kender det fra store shows i USA, som f.eks. Roskilde-uddelingen. Og en seat filler er en person, der står på spring, hvis en publikum finder på at rejse sig og gå ud. Og bumgrader, så er der ikke en tom side mere. Vi kan lige tage et helt tilfældigt eksempel. Lige nu der ved jeg faktisk, at Thomas Helmi er ude på det lille hus. Og lad os se en gang. Altså ikke lad os ikke se, hvad han laver. Det vil være det også. Men altså, jeg tænker faktisk, vi skal lade os se på nede på hans plads. Ja, der kan vi se, der sidder han næsten. Se godt her. At hvis du står nede i Mørko med en form for fad, så vil jeg da opmuntre til, at man måske lige inden man afleverer fadet lige tænker en gang, har dronningen egentlig et flottere fad i forvejen? Der er også den helt tredje mulighed, det er at synge en personlig sang. Det er den modige og direkte gave. Og ja, det kan være en march. Det har jeg aldrig oplevet indtil videre, der ikke har været stemning for. Forstår amerikanernes hverdagsproblemer, og derfor vil hun her i hvert fald i kampagnens første fase gøre meget for at tage ud til helt almindelige amerikanere, tage ud i deres private hjem, tage ud på plejehjem, skoler osv. Den video, som hun altså lige lancerede her for en times tid siden, den er optaget blandt andet her i Iowa og i staten New Hampshire. Det er to helt afgørende stater, som spiller store roller i primærvalgkampen. Altså, det er jo hver stat, der ligesom skal vælge deres kandidat. Og i 2008 tabte Hillary Clinton lige præcis Iowa, altså den her stat, jeg befinder mig i. Og det er derfor, hun er på vej her til Iowa. Vi forventer faktisk, at hun vil komme her på tirsdag. Og der vil hun holde sådan en meget lille valgarrangement. Sandsynligvis vil det bare være ude hos en privat familie eller på en lille café eller noget lignende. Fordi hun ønsker at køre en helt anden stil, end hun gjorde tilbage i 2008, da det var en meget glamourøs, en meget storstilet kampagne. Det bliver det ikke den her gang.
Og nu talte vi sammen tidligere i dag, fordi vi har ventet på den her video ret længe, og du sagde, at der er jo ikke noget overraskende i det. Alle har regnet med, at det her ville ske. Når det ikke er overraskende, hvorfor får det så meget fokus, når Hillary Clinton endelig trykker på knappen?
Det er fordi, hun er en global politisk superstjerne. Altså, der findes jo nærmest ikke det menneske på denne klode, som ikke, hvis de hører navnet Hillary, ved, hvem vi taler om. Og dermed, der er hun jo allerede lysår foran nogle af de andre kandidater, hun skal kæmpe imod, fordi de først skal til at etablere deres navn. Det problem har Hillary ikke. Se, vi er allerede på fornavn med hende. Vi kalder hende Hillary, men problemet, eller det der er hendes styrke, er i virkeligheden også hendes problem, fordi hun er også en meget polariserende figur. Man har i den
forhånd, om man er for hende, eller om man er imod hende. Og derfor så har hun noget at arbejde med og mod. Hun skal overbevise.
Sometimes you asshole, you know, and yell at you, and you'll say sorry later. But it's just something you can't really help right now, you know.
comes in and the announcer doesn't come out, makes them wait for 4 or 5 hours to 1, 2 in the morning. And it's like, all he's gonna do is come out and sing a freaking couple songs. What's the deal? And I would say that. I would say that to him. What's the deal? Let's go. And he wouldn't like it. And that's why I was the first to go, because I stood up to him.
By 1997, only Axl Rose remained of the original.
I saw it with the Stones. I've seen it even with the Who to a certain extent. You know, as soon as you become successful and you have that first hit record, then people start looking around and saying, why is he getting more money than I'm getting? Why are they getting a better share of what I've contributed myself than I seem to have? And that's when you get problems. And that's when the splits start.
In the Smiths court case, Mike Joyce won the right to extra royalties, but Abbey Rourke had settled out of court.
Horrible, horrible. Not even like thinking about it, let alone talking about it. I regret it financially, but on the other side, I don't regret it, you know, because I don't think me and Johnny would still have a relationship, for instance, if I would have gone ahead with that. No, I don't think I would change it.
When Steven Adler was fired from Guns N' Roses, his bandmates tried to take away his future royalties.
You know, it's like to go to court and see your best friend who you grew up with and the other guys in your band, and they're talking terrible things about you, which I could say the same of them, which my lawyer did. And it was just so painful. I wanted to die. I would bring heroin with me to court, and every chance I get, I go in the bathroom and smoke heroin.
This is why bands such as Coldplay have divided their royalties equally.
some point along the way, there was a band discussion. It was acknowledged that Chris was doing more than 25% of the songwriting, so that was addressed. But everything else has stayed split equally, and that's the way it'll stay till our dying day.
But it's not just money that members of a band argue about after a breakup. There are all kinds of other issues, like ownership of the name, for example. And then there's the back catalogue. What happens when rival ex-members want to tour doing the same songs? Well, that's when things can get really messy.
The great thing about being human and your faith in humanity is trust and loyalty. What I found is there is no trust and loyalty.
In 2011, New Order announced that they were going to perform and record again for the first time in 5 years, without their long-standing bassist, Peter Hook. We've been talking a lot about, bands splitting up in this programme. We're in an almost uniquely interesting situation with you, because you say New Order split up, and they say, or at least those trading under the banner of New Order, say that you left.
In all fairness, you just go, what does it matter whether you split or whether you left? If that splits, each member retains. You got equal right in the assets, the goodwill, and the name. Now, it's very important for them to carry on because of what they did to me when they reformed in 2011. Their stance has to be that he left. We didn't leave, we split up. You get locked out of your house. Your wife throws you something out of the letterbox and goes, piss off, Mark. All right, love. See you then, yeah, that's fine. You're going to want a fair settlement for what you put into that relationship. And I don't feel I've had a fair settlement. People always say, oh, you're synonymous with New Order. You always will be. And yet, they're using the brand name that I spent 30 years building up. All of a sudden, I didn't have 25% of New Order's goodwill or trademark, I had 1%. And all of a sudden, that's what they showed through the letterbox to me. It's not fair. And that's what I'm fighting, and I'm still young. I'll fight until the day I die. And then my son is on instructions to fight on after that. Until the day he dies, and then hopefully his son will fight on after that. I'm not stopping.
Band arguments like this can end in farce as well as tragedy. Like when Roger Waters left Pink Floyd.
Gary Newman's unfortunately titled This Wreckage stalled at the lower end of the chart, and the failure of The Face of 79 pointed to a bigger problem. By autumn, the record business, hit by recession and raging inflation, saw a big drop in sales. Decca sacked 1,200 staff. Virgin was forced to drop artists, and CBS's biggest act was struggling.
It's ABBA, and the winner still takes it all.
In August, ABBA hit the #1 spot with an all-time classic.
So far today, the ABBA single has sold 12,000 odd. Probably a year ago it would have been 25,000. That's strikingly less than I would expect.
The chart was ripe for a takeover by a whole new tribe of younger acts, a tribe that would eclipse all others.
The pop music scene and the fashion scene have been influenced by a new youth cult, the new romantics, or the blitzkid.
I don't feel I'm part of the normal run-of-the-mill rat race. I don't want to be, put it like that.
The kind of tectonic plates are really shifting. The younger generation, maybe kind of 5 years younger, coming in the 80s.
For at gøre soveværelsessteder. Ja. Men altså, hvad siger I til tanken om, at hey, soveværelseshavn simpelthen slet ikke også fordi han er helt på den anden side, altså med det tøj derinde, og så på den anden side skal
så tæt sammen med både min svoger og med min svigerfamilie.
Men det er faktisk en af de største boligtillæg til Danmark. Jeg tidligere med flere generationer på samtale. Det er stedet med 25% på de seneste 7 år til knap 200.000 danske år. Så det er meget. Det vidste jeg faktisk ikke. Vi napper lige i et badeværelse, og det er et af de rigtig store, hvor jeg må komme med. Halløj.
Fedt. Der er jo også så meget plads, så man kan tillade sig at rose med den. Det gør man også.
Og det passer faktisk til alle de andre materialer. Det er ikke sådan, at du kommer ind i en anden verden, når du kommer ind der.
Hold da op, det er bare deluxe.
Du må gerne have brug til det, den er også simpelthen så stor, at du har jo...
Så det kan faktisk godt være herinde.
Eller hele har lyst, kan jeg se.
Der er massage og... Ja.
Du må lige hive de her håndtag.
Ej, du er sjov.
Vi skal op på første sal, og her venter os 3 værelser og badeværelser. Hvad skal jeg til trappen?
Den er god at gå på.
Det er til plus og trapper.
Det er nemt. Okay. Sindssygt flot detalje.
Ja.
Det ser godt ud. De har katte.
Ja, jeg skulle lige til at sige, der kan. Ja, det ser dejligt.
Og det er detaljen, du kender med. Det er eller hvad mener du?
Nej, det ser godt ud. Det er jo
det, du snakker om.
Ja, det er jo en, når du kommer helt